Welcome to Yakar's Parasha podcast, and this week it's Parashat Shoftim. So I'm not sure if I've made this up, or whether it's really well known, but you're going to get the gist of this, which is, we all know that today's scandal is tomorrow's run-of-the-mill. We get that. We know that in so many things, right? The movies of today would have been scandalous in the 60s, never accepted. So this, I think, has got a lot to do with where we are nowadays, and the Torah's got a lot to do with this one on Parashat Shoftim, which is the Egla Arufa, beheading of the calf, is a scenario in which we find a dead body between cities, murdered. We don't know who did it, no proof either way, and we measure to see which city is the closest, and then the elders of that city need to go down there and take a calf with them and do this most gory ritual, mystical ritual almost, by beheading the calf there and there, and then proclaim, well, we didn't spill this blood. Of course, many questions. Obviously, you didn't spill the blood. Whose blood are we talking about? I mean, you certainly spilled the red heifer's blood. The heifer's blood. So, but the whole idea there, you can see, is the notion of this is outrageous. This is scandalous. We are appalled by this, appalled by the whole thing. And the ritual itself actually perpetuates that feeling. So much more so that Chazal say in Mishnah Sotah, 9th Perek, last Mishnah, that actually once there were many murderers, there was no point doing the beheading. Right? Misharabu haratzchanim batla egla arufa. It was annulled. But really because there's no point. Once it's the norm, once it's no longer appalling or outrageous or scandalous, then there's no point doing a ritual, which the whole point of the ritual is to create the nature that it's scandalous. And this is something I think we can really take on board ourselves, because it's not just about murder, it's about the dulling of the senses, ourselves personally and also as a society. If we look at how murder or beating or bullying nowadays is accepted, whether it was the tragedy, what happened to Yoel in Kiryat Shmona, or what's happening in the Arab sector, it's appalling. And the notion is that the feeling is that we're not really appalled by it. We've kind of accepted that this just happens. This is part of reality. This is part of a state. This is part of their culture, or the culture of those people that beat up Yoel and didn't really mean to murder him but ended up murdering him. It's a tragedy. We all get that it's a tragedy, but we're all not really losing that much sleep over it. But the dulling of the senses is really something we should be losing sleep over. And for those who aren't aware, last week we had a rather appalling situation in which Haredi youth apparently are bullying women soldiers on the train and saying the most nasty things about them. And again, do we accept that? Forget whether it's Haredim, not Haredim, that's not the part that I'm really interested in. I'm interested in is, what do I personally, and what do we as a society accept? Where have our senses dulled? And this is a spiraling down problem. It doesn't just stay at the question of murder. Shabbat Shalom.